Hi everyone, welcome back to the Hollywood Actor's Guide to Surviving the Film and Television Industry, where we talk about all things survival and acting and business. I want to talk about a big mistake I think your agent is most likely making. As some of you know, I am currently working on a low-budget SAG project. It's not even modified low budget, it's low budget, so it's like $680 a day, and it's like $2,000 and something a week if you book it as an actor at scale. And what do films like Swingers, Boys Don't Cry, Napoleon Dynamite all have in common? They were all shot with a SAG low-budget contract. When you put out a notice, an audition on Actors Access, and you are a full-budget film or your Netflix series, your agent's going to submit. And those poor casting directors are getting between 5,000 and 7,000 submissions per role. And so you're playing a big game of like Vegas roulette as to whether or not you're going to even get that audition. That's why you should always be so grateful for every single audition that you get. However, most agents, like a good, juicy majority of them, will not submit on a project if it is low budget or modified low budget, which means if your agent would not submit on that type of project, then you would never have a chance of booking Swingers or Boys Don't Cry or Napoleon Dynamite or Winter's Bone or any of these other wonderful low budget films that you get paid to get great real footage. Often there are stars attached because that's how they got financed. And there you are as an actor being told that you need real footage, but your agent's not even helping you get the low-hanging, good quality fruit, right? They're asking you to climb all the way to the top of the tree that you don't have like the skill level yet to get there, or you don't have the ladder yet. They're like, no. We need you to get to the top of the tree, even though there's some juicy fruit at the bottom that's very helpful, nutritious, and wonderful. We're going to skip that. And so on our production, we only got about 300 submissions per role. Now, if you were going to go to Vegas and I gave you a $100 bill and I said, all right, each machine has a great prize in it, like a really, really good, juicy, wonderful prize. Both machines have a great acting role in a project. Are you going to put the $100 in the machine that has a 1 in 300 chance of hitting, or the machine that has a 1 in 6,000 chance in hitting? Right? Of course, you're gonna be like, I want to act. I'm going to do it. But your agents are not submitting. There are some actors that are friends of mine that I wanted auditioning, and they reached out to their agents, and they're like, no. We don't think that you should audition for that project, even though there are great, amazing actors attached. And so I bring this up because you need to know, and you need to have that conversation with your agent as to what kind of projects you want to be submitted for. Now, yes, there are some terrible projects out there with awful scripts that you don't want to do. But there is also a surprising number of films that you're not even being seen for that are amazing, that are going to Sundance, and, because those films going to Sundance and Cannes, and they are not high budget films, my friends. Those are low budget or modified low budget, and even in some cases, non-union. Yes, I dare say the evil non-union word on my podcast, films. And so sit down with your agent very nicely and make sure that they know that if it's a good project and with good writing and great people attached, yes, you are interested in auditioning. In fact, with my agent, I just got a new agent recently, I made it very clear that I wanted to be pitched for everything that I was right for. And then I would decide, once I got to see the sides or the scripts or the breakdowns or got to meet the director, whether or not I wanted to pursue that project, because agents work for you. You don't work for agents. All right. And now if this is something you don't want, fine. That's great. I hope you get that fruit at the top of the tree. But, if I could have been in Boys Don't Cry, You damn Skippy better well know that I would have loved to have been in that movie. I don't care if I have only been paid $600 a day versus $1,000 a day. So, I mean, that's really the difference. The actors, agents, and managers just want to make more money, and so they just ignore those breakdowns. To have that conversation, it's a very important conversation to have. All right, let's talk acting. Let's talk comedy. Comedy is the pain of a character not getting what they want. That's usually what drives the comedy. The comedy of Leonard not like pining after Penny in the first couple seasons of Big Bang Theory. Funny. Just funny. Of people sitting in Sheldon's spot and he just can't seem to keep people from sitting in his spot. It's funny. It's the pain of Sheldon not getting what he wants. All comedy comes from pain. And what's important about that is when you're looking at a script and it's supposed to be funny, is you can take that knowing it's about the pain and play that of like, oh, like I'm just trying to get this thing and playing the objective and stop playing the jokes. As soon as you lean into the jokes and you try to make it funny, it stops being funny. As soon as you go after the objective of what the character really wants, but you go after it harder than any other genre, it works, right? So it's just a little comedy tip is to stop trying to play the jokes and just realize that the reason why we're going to laugh at this character is because they're not getting what they want. And it's just so painful and we laugh. And it makes us sound like horrible human beings, but it's part of understanding acting in this business and the craft that you have dedicated yourself to. So comedy is the pain of not getting what you want. Let's talk survival. Right now, there is a huge movement that is nothing but awesome for actors in the job market, where a lot of jobs are now remote, meaning you can work from home, that the schedule has become a little bit more flexible. So you could take your lunch break when you have a Zoom audition, and you can actually make decent money. You no longer have to necessarily go out and wait tables. I would suggest as part of your survival, because you need money to be an actor, to get the headshots and the reels and to self-produce and all that stuff, is to look into companies that are hiring that you may have a skill set for. And a lot of places are looking for soft skills. Soft skills are usually what actors have. You're good with understanding people. You're good at understanding motivation. It doesn't have to be a soul-sucking sales job, but they are like a lot of places, you know, if you don't feel like you have the resume to, you know, be like a scientific journal writer, you know, I don't know why that came to mind, but there it is. Well, of course you don't. But what you do have is like an understanding of psychology and how to calm people down. Like customer service is being done from home right now. And it depends on the job, right? Like I would not want to be a customer service necessarily maybe for Amazon. They're getting a lot of hate and people are frustrated and things like that. But what about working in customer service for a nonprofit and you're just helping people who are donating money, you know, process that payment? Maybe they're older with credit cards and things like that. Like there are jobs that are not soul sucking that might even make you happy, that you can do from home. Like I have a friend, she's working for a legal agency and she's pretty much keeping all of their Google Docs and all of that stuff organized, and she does it on her own time. So she can have acting class anytime. She's booked ever since getting this job, and you know, she had 2 days on set, and she's like, I took my computer and Luckily there was Wi-Fi. She knew she was going to be like at a studio, so that was not a problem. And she's like, I just checked in. Like when I would go back to my trailer, she's like, I check in. And, as long as there wasn't a fire, and occasionally there were a few emails that I just needed to reply to. But other than that, she's like, it didn't interfere with my acting, because I knew that I had done such a good job of lining everything up. And so there are great jobs out there, and now is the time to go and find those jobs. While people are either reluctant to go back to work and whatever, like you can swoop in and start applying and just write a great cover letter explaining, even though your resume not be reflective of it, why you would be amazing for that job. And, if you are like my friend who was on set, she used weaudition.com to stay off book and to run her lines with a human being. So if you're not on weaudition.com, use promo code HAG25, that's HAG25. Go ahead, jump on there. I've been jumping on there with actors doing callbacks, and they'd never been on there before, and they're like, this is like, I feel like I found like a secret weapon. And I'm, yeah, you have. Like actors who know about this, that are using this, are, they're ahead of the game. So go to weaudition.com, use promo code HAG25. And so that's it I have for you guys today. I'm going to try to separate, because I know this is about surviving the film and television industry. I'm going to talk about business, acting, and survival. So that's going to be the new format for the podcast. If you have any questions or suggestions, email me at hollywoodactorsguide@gmail.com. I will try to reply. Most likely I will just read it, smile, and implement it. Have a great day out there, everyone. Break a leg, and remember, you are not alone.